about to witness a monumental throwdown.
Hello everyone, welcome to episode 62 of FPL Bros. This is microphone 1 with your boy Kajo on there. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. Steric here. How's your week been? Have you enjoyed your break like some of the players have?
Right, what have they been doing? They've been going to like Dubai and that. Is that what they've been up to?
Do you know some have been going to Dubai, some have been going to Ghana.
Oh yeah.
Some have been leaving Cameroon.
Yeah.
And coming back to the UK.
I know. I've just been working hard. I've just been working my backside off. These lazy work-shy players. What do they know about that?
You're all about to witness a monumental throwdown.
Okay, well, yeah. Obviously, we're still waiting for Gameweek 23 to finish. It's got to be the longest game week in the history of, the history of the world. So far, I've got 27 points, which is 3 below the average. But I've got a cheeky Mankilo 4 points to come off the bench.
Nice.
It's nice when that works out for you. Obviously, I captained one of the Watford strikers, but fortunately for me, I captained King. So here's hoping for a hat-trick. And also, I have Ben Foster in goal, but I've got Ramsdale on the bench with 8 points. So I don't know about how I feel about that.
Because obviously that's painful.
Ben Foster got COVIDed out of the first Watford game. And then in that time, Watford sacked Ranieri. Now they've got Hodgson in charge. So I don't know if he's going to play Foster. He might play Foster. He might end up with a 2-pointer. To be honest with you, I think I would prefer that Foster doesn't play. And Foster comes in and says, "Yeah, the reason why Watford have been doing so badly is because of Ben Foster." And took back it. And I get Ramsdale's 8 points. But again, it's just wishful thinking, like hoping that King is going to get some sort of hat trick. So that's where I am at the moment.
Cool. I'm on 28, and I've still got King captain to play his second game. Unfortunately, I'm only getting 2 points off my bench in the form of Dawson. Mankilo is my second defender sub, so I'm a bit gutted about that.
Yeah, it's one of those things, really. I didn't even think Mankilo was going to play. I thought he's done. I mean, if he wasn't for Newcastle, he's definitely done now because they've got new fullbacks up in there. So yeah.
You're all about to witness a monumental throwdown.
Anyway, okay, so this episode, again, it's a nice short one, and we thought we'd just look at a few of the major signings which came in during the January transfer window. Before I get started with that, I'd just like to say I'm well aware a double game week has been announced for game week 24 and for game week 26, but we will tackle those in another episode. So this episode, we're just going to run our eye quickly through over some of the major signings, and I thought we'd get kicked off with Diaz, who came into Liverpool, a left winger, left-sided forward, I believe, and he's in the game for 8 million. Any thoughts?
Yeah, I think there's going to be some competition there, isn't there, between him and Mane. I think Mane's still going to start. I think Diaz is going to be the Jota to Firmino Diaz is going to be the Jota to Firmino as he's going to be to Mane. So I think he will get some sub appearances. I think he's going to be an extremely good signing, but it's going to be one of those things where unless Mane is injured or has played in the one of the cup games, so it could be Champions League or something, one of the European competitions midweek, and Liverpool have a weekend game, there's no chance I can see Diaz starting over him. But I think it's a great signing. Just obviously that the roulette is going to start flying now.
The interesting thing is Jota also plays on the left. And I know that Oxlade-Chamberlain sometimes gets a run out in part of the front three as well. And Minamino, again, does he play in the middle, or is he on the left or the right? What's the story with him?
So I'll be honest. Jota started off on the left.
Yeah.
I think Klopp realised he was better in the middle. So then he put him in the middle. But then when he plays Minamino, he usually plays him on the right. So usually he plays Minamino on the right. Then he plays Jota in the middle. The only time Jota doesn't play in the middle and he plays on the left is when Origi's playing in the middle. So it's a bit of a free. It depends on who's playing at the time. I think that's how it works.
Okay, I think you're right. I think we're not likely to see Diaz getting regular game time. 8 million is a lot for somebody who's not going to play regularly. On the other hand, he is going to be playing it at the front of probably one of the best attacking teams in the country.
Yes, definitely.
Which means that he's more likely to get goals than a lot of midfielders in FPL. So who knows? A long-term injury or something. And people might jump on him in the same way they jumped on Tamakis when Andrew Robertson couldn't play, and that turned out quite well for a lot of people. But yeah, again, 8 million, it's a bit annoying that he's so much, but I think it's just out of the fact that he's effectively going to be a Liverpool forward. If they priced him any lower, people just get him into his team, even if he wasn't playing, like Smith Rowe or whatever. Okay. Then there's the one I think a lot of us are happy to see, which is Eriksen at Brentford.
Yes.
Obviously, that guy put on his Viking hat, called him up and said, come on over. They have Carlsberg here in England as well. So what's the name of the Brentford manager again? I keep forgetting. That's a Wolves manager. Anyway, obviously he whispers something Danish in his ear, and he's over. But great to see him back. Great to be playing football, and his career's not over yet. I think he's got plenty more to say about plenty more to say on the football pitch left. And 100%. He's in the game for 5.5 mil. So yeah, Eriksen, what do you think about that?
I think he's a great signing for them. He's going to do a lot for them. And he's got some balls in him, especially after everything he's been through. To come back to the Premier League, because it's much more competitive in here than it is in. Was he in the Italian league, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah, he was at Inter, then before Euro 2020, I think his game time was quite limited.
Yeah, but I wish him the best, and I think he will get back into the flow of things. At Spurs, he done a brilliant job in the midfield, and I can see him doing the same. Within Brentford.
Okay, I'm going to play devil's advocate here, because I'm like that. Okay, first of all, I think, oh God, I can't remember the name of Brentford manager's name. Okay, anyway, I think he likes to play a 3-5-2, and I'm not sure how that suits Eriksen. People say, oh, he'll do fine. He was in a 3-5-2 at Inter under Conte. But then for the longest time, Conte stopped playing him. So that's number one. Number two, if you go back and look at Eriksen's performances for Spurs, yes, they were very good. But when it came to set pieces, he actually wasn't all that effective. He rarely got assists from corners, and his direct free kicks rarely went in. And although I recall a couple of indirect free kicks providing assists, people like Ben Davis, and I think even Harry Kane has taken some free kicks at Spurs. I think players like them, and Kieran Trippier, obviously, when he was there.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so it's looking exciting. 5.5 is a steal. Yeah, obviously they're taking into account that he's playing for Brentford. And if he starts getting like 60, 70 minutes on the regular, then he could be a steal as well. But all I'm saying is be careful, because he could be another Alexis Sanchez. But I could just be a stirrer there. I'm going to stop stirring. Let's move swiftly on. Everton, statement of intent. Frank Lampard's at the wheel, and they decided they needed to freshen up that relatively overcrowded midfield of theirs, to be honest, I have to say, with Dele Alli, who's in FPL for 6.2 mil, and Johnny Fed the Beak, who's in there for 5.7.
I'm a little bit more excited about Donny than I am with Christian. Not Christian. Than I am with my head's gone. Dele Ali.
Yeah.
Just purely based on the fact that I've seen what Dele's been doing in Spurs when he gets the opportunity to play, and he's been okay. But when Donny comes on as a sub at United, he's got so much more enthusiasm about him. He looks like he can change games, and I think now he's got the opportunity to be at Everton. I think he will start, and I think he's going to really showcase, like, it's going to be like a, okay, you signed me, you didn't play me, let me show you what you're missing kind of attitude.
I think so. I mean, Van de Beek was a hot property for quite a while.
Yeah.
You know, when after the performances in that Ajax team, and he looks to me like, given 90 minutes in the right position and the right manager and the right team, you could say that about practically any player, I suppose. He could do some damage. So I'm very curious about that. Obviously, the big question is, it's like I said just a minute ago, the midfield. So you've got Gray, you've got Townsend, you've got Doucouré, you've got Allen. Richarlison occasionally plays in the midfield as well. And, you know, how on earth are Ali and Van der Beek going to fit in there? Somebody's going to get benched. So that's going to be an interesting one. Also, Frank Lampard, people say he's an attacking manager. He plays 4-3-3. I think that's his preferred formation. I don't know if he's an attacking manager per se, but the only thing I do remember from Frank Lampard, from his time at Derby and his time at Chelsea, is that his teams didn't really defend all that well. They leaked a lot of goals. But we're not talking about defence here. So we'll just wait and see what's going to happen up top. You know, DCL is still a quality striker, and you know, whoever plays in midfield, they're in for a chance for assists, aren't they? I suppose. Okay.
Yeah, I envision a kind of 4-4-2 like formation. That's what I kind of see. I see DCL and Richarlison at the top. I see two holding mids, and then I see Gray on the left and someone else on the right.
Yeah, interesting.
You're all about to witness a monumental throwdown.
Okay, then. So then we have Weghorst, who's the new striker at Burnley, effectively a replacement for Chris Wood, and he's in the game for 6.5 mil. And I thought this was interesting because, first of all, from an FPL point of view, Burnley are interesting anyway because they've got so many games to reschedule. So they're looking at quite a few doubles in the coming weeks. So they definitely won. A lot of people are keeping their eye on second, and I'm one of them. Secondly, I was a little bit surprised by this signing because it seems that Sean Dyche is saying, I don't really rate Ashley Barnes and I don't really rate Jay Rodriguez, which is a bit harsh. But the third thing I want to say is Weghorst has arrived and all of a sudden everyone's forgotten about Maxwell Cornet. And I'm thinking, you flipping mad. Maxwell Cornet's a demon. All right, go for Weghorst if you want. But if we only have a few tasty double game weeks coming up, I think I was still going to, if it was a choice to do Weghorst and Cornet for me every time. You know, more than anything else, Cornet is a midfielder, so he gets an extra point for a goal. So it's a no-brainer for me. But what about you?
Cornet definitely, like, especially as well, like when I've seen him play, he definitely like passed the eye test for me. So I hope he continues to play. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, same. All right, Newcastle, they made quite a few signings.
Yes.
Obviously. I'm just going to mention Bruno, another Bruno.
Yes.
I think it's pronounced Guimaraes.
Yeah.
Now, he's in the game for 5 mil, which suggests to me that the people doing the pricing at FPL see him as more as a number 6 than anything else, because they tend to get priced 4.55 mil. They obviously don't think he's got much assist or goal scoring potential, but it depends. It really does depend. From what I know of him, he's definitely a skillful player, and even if he's not going to be getting forward or attacking, he may improve Newcastle's attack all round. But I'm going to keep an eye on him. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I saw him. He looks more like a box-to-box midfielder.
Yeah.
It looks like he's got some attacking ability, but he's also can be quite defensive as well. I think the price he's ranked at probably suits his abilities and his position. I don't think he's going to be the main man, so to speak, for creating chances at Newcastle. But you know, it's in the right direction. I think like they have very limited people in the midfield that can do this job. They've got John Josh Elvey, and more recently they were actually having Joe Linton drop to play that role. So I think it would be nice to have someone who's naturally playing that role for them.
Yeah. I think it's a definite upgrade over John Joe Shelby. That's right. I
Yeah.
said it. I don't care what anybody says. I mean, and that kid Almiron, so much was expected of him when he first came in, and it's not quite materialized. Don't get me wrong, he runs a lot and he really tries his best, but nothing's happening. So that might be a bit of a step up there. I mean, was there anybody else you wanted to talk about Newcastle before we move on to the last person or last
No,
team?
we
I
can move
suppose.
on.
Yeah. Okay. Kulusevski at Spurs in FPL. He's been priced at 6 million, a £6 million defender. What do we think?
Not actually heard of this guy.
Oh right. Okay. He's a Swedish international, and I can't remember where he started his career. But he was a hot property, and Juventus signed him up. By the looks of it, they didn't play him an awful lot. Again, I really rate him in terms of test skills and technical ability. He's an attacking midfielder. I think he can play on either flank, and probably through the middle as well. From what I remember seeing of him, I think Juventus like to play him through the middle. But again, with Spurs, you could say they're probably a little bit overstocked in that department. So he's got he'll be up against Lucas Moura, he'll be up against Son, he'll be up against Bergwijn. So it'll be interesting to see where he fits in there.
Okay, yeah, no, I haven't heard of him, but I'm gonna look into him after this call and keep an eye on him.
Yeah.
You're all about to witness a monumental throwdown.
Did you know Ferran Torres was sold to Barcelona?
Yes.
Yeah, that's good now. So less people for Pep to rotate, and I think that secures. Honestly, I think that secures Mahrez his right wing role.
Yeah, I mean, briefly, Mahrez, he's actually posts good numbers, even though he doesn't seem to play as regularly as a lot of the other midfielders at Man City. So I don't begrudge anybody bringing him in. And I don't know what's going to happen though. Let's say, for the sake of argument, that Man City do sew up the Premier League title. Is he going to get saved for Champions League, for example, or are you going to see more of him in the Premier League? Be interesting.
Yeah, it will be.
Yeah, but no, Ferran Torres is at Barcelona. I'm not going to go heavy on this because you all know my views about this from the FPL chat, the WhatsApp chat group. My mind boggles. Like, as far as I know, the registration of him still has not been approved by La Liga. He's sitting there, he's getting paid all that money, and
seriously,
that's the last I heard. His registration still has not been approved. I don't know if it makes a big deal, if it's a big deal, because I think he still might be injured at the moment.
that's
But
ridiculous.
yeah, I mean, I don't know, and again with oh god, I've got to stop myself now. Right, that's for another episode. Yeah. What you said on that. Okay, well,
okay.
I think we'll leave it there. Thanks very much for joining me on the pod. Really appreciate it. If you're listening to the pod, if you're listening to the pod on YouTube, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Help us out. It's all good. You feel good about yourself, feel good about us. Hit like, hit subscribe. We really appreciate if you do that. And
remind everyone again when the next game week 24 starts.
I don't know off the top of my head. Do you?
Saturday, I think.
Oh, okay then.
It's really silly because game week 23 ends tomorrow, Friday, and then game week 24 starts the following day on the Saturday.
Oh, right, yeah. Although I'm looking here, sorry,
Go on.
it says the deadline is
Oh wait, sorry. Yeah, you're right. It's not Saturday. It's Tuesday.
yeah, it's still confusing as hell though. Yeah.
That is so confusing.
Yeah. So yeah, you've got Tuesday to pick your team. Tuesday the 8th of Feb. That is 6:15
Cool.
GMT.
We're going to do
Finally,
another pod before then.
yes, definitely. Finally, don't forget to check us out on Twitter, FPL_Bros. Sorry, at FPL_Bros. But until the next episode, it's goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me, and hopefully we see Mane and Salah have a nice bus journey back home. No beef.
No beef. Okay. Goodbye, everyone.